A year will pass from now. But the thing is, there won't be a year without months, and there won't be months without weeks, and there won't be weeks without days, and there won't be days without hours. It all starts with what we do with every hour of our day, just making the most of it. So in today's video, we are not doing any crafts or any tutorials. We are actually going to sit down and have a little chat. This video is going to be pretty short. It's just going to be a little ramble, and then I do have a challenge and 3 bits of like advice, I guess, or 3 things that I myself am working on and want to work on and be more intentional about. Early last year, I had this question cross my mind, and it was one of those questions I don't want to say questioning God, but I asked him. So I asked God, why did you give us 24 hours in a day? It hardly seems enough. And I felt this, like, I want to say, I don't know if it's a thing, but like this humbled revelation, this assurance, or like this, I was humbled, and it was like a realization. So a humbled realization I felt in my heart. So I felt like God told me it is enough because that's what I gave. It's like, okay. Had he wanted to give us more, he would have obviously given us more. So God knew exactly what he was doing when he gave us 24 hours in a day. Like, I know, God, I know you know what you're doing, and okay, but how are we supposed to make this work? So I just want to break down our 24-hour day and see what an average day, and of course, everybody's day is different. So even the stuff I'm going to be using and the amounts of time, it's going to be different for everybody, of course. But we're just going to use like basic, majority traditional activities and hours. I wrote down a list of items that I feel are important to a person's life. Of course, you may only resonate with a couple of these. You might have other things that are important to you that I didn't get on this list, but this is just like a generic list, okay? On our list, we have quality rest, productivity, and I want to say slash provision, because productivity can be a business you're building, it can be a job you have to go to, it can be if you're a full-time student. The next one is quality time with loved ones, friends, family, mental and physical health. Next one is learning and growing. And the last one is time for play. So this is something that's been new to me because I'm a very like productivity oriented kind of person. So prior to this year, I didn't read like much fiction. I didn't read any fiction. I only read like spiritual books or marketing books or business books, leadership books, just learn, always learning. And I've sadly forgotten the parts of life that are fun. So those were just the list of things that I came up with that I felt like are important to our day. And of course, you might have a list of your own things. And for all I know, some of these, you may only find 2 or 3 of these in your day and have maybe forgotten about enjoying time with friends, or time for play or whatever. So now let's put them into our day and let's see if 24 hours is enough. 24 hours on the clock. So let's say quality rest, 8 hours, 16 hours left. Let's just say I work a full-time job Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 9 hours a day, because it's 8 hours of work, 1 hour for lunch. That leaves me with 7 hours left. We're going to say we have to commute to work, and on average, people do drive over an hour for work. This is just for fun. So we only have to drive 30 minutes to work. So 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. That's minus 1 hour for commute for work. So we have 6 hours left. So let's say we want to work out for an hour. So minus 1 hour. We want to shower after, maybe? Yeah, wash off the sweat. Okay. Minus a half hour. We want to do dinner. So let's say 30 minutes for dinner minus 30 minutes. We have 4 hours left. So what are we going to do with these 4 hours? So now we have quality time with others, maybe quality time for yourself, like some downtime, time for play. Is there anything you want to work on? Anything you want to have fun? 3 hours isn't much, but I just wanted to do this little exercise just to show how fast 24 hours can go, and I guess in a way prove that it is not enough. But since that's what God gave us, it's got to be enough. So how do we make it enough? So I want to give 3, not nuggets of wisdom, because I don't necessarily think this is just stuff that I feel like I want to try. So I don't know if it's wisdom yet. So we're just going to say 3 little chicken nuggets, okay? So chicken nugget number 1, Set at least 3 to 5 things. The number doesn't matter. Just write down a handful of things in your life that you want to prioritize. So take those things that matter most to you and plug them into the hours of your day so that over the course of time, these things that matter to you on a smaller scale will compound in a big way over time. So, nugget number 2 is just to give yourself grace when maybe you might not be feeling it on a day and you don't get the stuff done that was important to you. And maybe you just needed to rest, or maybe you just needed to have that really long conversation with somebody. So, give yourself grace when you don't check off the thing. Chicken nugget number 3, trust God with your 24 hours. So, what I mean by that is if we had 60 hours for a day, 100 hours for a day, we would have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff, right? Like we would be able to fit all the things in. But I think there's something about the scarcity of only 24 hours that if we are open to it, can actually give us an opportunity to see God work in that and multiply in that. Because for those of you who are believers and know of various popular stories in the Bible about how God multiplied in a big way when the beginning supply was very little, he always multiplies from something very small. As I was like planning and recording this, it kind of like was like a semi revelation of God was very intentional by giving us only 24 hours. He wants to be involved in that and show himself in that. That even in our own minds, 24 hours is not enough. God's like, let me show you that it is enough. But come to me, ask me, allow me to show myself in your 24-hour day, and let me show you what I can do with 24 hours instead of what you are trying to do in your own power with 24 hours. Something very small in God's hands grows and expands. And I believe that there's definitely something to be revealed in our 24-hour day when we trust Him with it. I know not every one of us knows how to hear from God clearly. I struggle from time to time. But I do believe that God does want to speak to us individually regarding our days. And I do know that He wants to be woven into our day as much as possible. So trust in God, submitting your 24 hours to Him, and see if He has anything to say. And the challenge would be to be more mindful and aware with what you're doing with your hours, so that over the course of days and weeks and months and years, you can have a life that you have been intentional about and you have prioritized the things that matter. It's only for your own good to apply activities that are meaningful to you, to your day, for your life. And yeah, so I'm really curious as I put this video out, as people watch the video, I would hope to see comments down below of different things that maybe God has shown you, or maybe a time management skill that you can share with everybody. Remember, I'm all ears with learning different ways to like manage time, but the spiritual approach of like submitting our 24 hours to God might be something different that we haven't tried, and might, I don't know, we might see God in that. And I'm all about seeing God in different ways in our life, especially in a practical way. We'll see what happens. Thank you for your time. I'm really excited to be putting out these random topic videos just to see what kind of feedback comes. So until next time, have a beautiful day, and we will see each other again soon. Bye.